And we are back for the last round, the great one. 30 minutes for all of the drivers that are going to have to take on this Barcelona track, this Circuit de Catalunya. And it's going to get hot in here for sure, because if we've already seen Jonathan Alvarez trying to overtake Jesus Sicilian in the first two rounds, but now the man that is going to get a chance to do that in this third one is going to be David Perez. I don't know, Jonathan Alvarez is also in the picture. We can get to see that maybe motion pictures car right there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes between those three drivers. Let's see if we can get a head view of the group, because I'm sure Jesus is going to try to jump as hard as possible if he gets the chance. Very close together, the whole group. And there we go, green flag. Moving to the right is Jesus Sicilian.
Look at Adrian Baeza from behind.
And close situation here between David Perez and Jonathan Alvarez. Very close, touching together, both of them. The number 34 maintaining himself alive in the situation. David Perez, the number 19. With Alca Products staying in the chase with Jesus Sicilian. And that was a close one.
Yep, and they were very, very close, but I think David actually made himself a little bit wider. And yep, second again. Well, again, for the first time today, he defended his position from the grid, and now let's see if he's able to get back at Jesus Sicilia and putting the same pressure that Jonathan did in the last two races.
The top three right now flying around the track. And we can see more drivers having to deal with the draft in the chase, very close together in that first turn, where Jonathan Alvarez and David Perez getting a little bit of a contact in the second turn. And we are watching right now Carlos Fernandez Espinosa, the number 31 with Bikini USA, also trying to climb positions. Javier Carrera, number 12.
Bit of a bottleneck there, and drivers having to slow down a bit. And now we see that as they go through the front straight for the first lap, top 9 positions haven't changed. We have a new 10th placed driver in the face of Antonio Jesus Villalón.
So fast is the group going round. That combination of the first two turns of the track, and right now we can get to see Jonathan Alvarez closing up with David Perez in front with Alca Products, the number 19. Needs to push the pace a little bit more. And I don't know if this is going to benefit Jesus Sicilia, because we saw Jonathan Alvarez being able to keep the pace with Jesus in the first two sessions, not being able to overtake nonetheless, but being able to stay there. And I don't know if that's going to be the situation with David Perez right now, the number 19 trying to stay very close with Jesus Sicilia in front, the number 8 with Heart to Heart International still staying in front. Jonathan Alvarez watching those brake lights turn on that car from David Perez.
I think he needs to make the pass as soon as possible, because being that close without passing him will probably have a bad effect on his front tires.
I think they don't want to get into a fight. I think Jonathan Alvarez might want to wait a little bit, but it's very hard to say that, as we know that Jesus is trying to escape every 10th of a second. Antonio Jesus Villalón with Ignato also trying to close the distance a little bit with Juan José Sánchez in front of him. Darlene Ponley, CPA with Yashar Nohi The number 7 also being able to stay in the top 20 right now. 14th is the driver from Iran, Luis Santos, with the native health matters. Close call there. Close call there between Carlos Blanco and that Kinetic by Windstream car in front of him.
I think it was Fernando Garcia, number 21 car, who got him for 20th.
Exactly, Fernando Garcia with the EMS first responders car chasing this green car from CBD Buses driven by Carlos Blanco. Carlos Fernandez Espinosa with Bikini USA trying to stay in front of that SRP car behind him. The number 31, Bikini USA, and Stefan Halfusner, the number 45.
And the difference are still very, very small among the top 10. You see that they are all separated by 5 seconds. It's not only that David Perez and Jonathan Alvarez are in front, and I think maybe Jonathan Alvarez has passed David Perez. Yeah, he did. He did. He overtook him.
There we go. Jonathan trying to recover. I think this is something that can get to be good for David, because this is going to give him a chance to recover the pace a little bit and close that distance with Jesus. Jonathan has the possibility to do that, but as we see Jesus escaping from the draft, escaping Jonathan.
I think he may have gotten in the, not in the stadium section, but maybe earlier in La Caixa or in the exit of Caixa. But nonetheless, he made the pass in the second likely section of the racetrack, and now he has to go for Sicilia. Now he has how to pass in Barcelona.
Losing a little bit of distance right now between himself and Jonathan Alvarez in front of him, the number 34 with Maven Motion Pictures being able to overtake David Perez in the last lap. Antonio Jesus Villalón with the Nato, number 13, also trying to close the distance with Juan José Sanchez in the frontier of the top 10. We can say they find themselves. Yashar Nohi, the number 7, also trying to close the distance with Ricardo Marina Rollon in front of him in the fire car from the first responders, trying to keep it their way. Darlene Plumley, CPA in the car of Yashar Nohi, and right now very close to him.
Very beautiful livery, the one by Nui, with that green, white, and blue. They mesh pretty well. There's a lot of beautiful liveries in this field, so I have to say. Fernando Garcia. Yeah, go.
Yeah, with the MS first responders car, it's Fernando Garcia with the number 21. Also trying to keep up the chase with Carlos Blanco in front with CBD Buses. And you were going to say, Adrian?
No, excuse me. I was just going to point out the position that Fernando was in. So that's it. I was yelling at my, in fact. Well, sorry.
Don't worry, another Adrian in the track giving it all. As I have one here in the commentary booth as well. And we're doing a fine work today, my friend. This is some race we have in front of us. More than 40 drivers. And more than 2 hours and a half that we've been here already. And 10 minutes.
And now, I was gonna say that that Sicilia has picked up the pace, because the top 10 was separated by 5 seconds, and that distance has been upped by 2 seconds, is 6.5, almost 7 and some points. Sicilia is actually now putting the pressure on his pursuers to keep up with him, and Alvarez is trying to close. Now he's 5'10", 6'10". It fluctuates, but he's trying to get to the same position relative to Sicilia that he had in the previous 2 races.
And as we are getting to see the first 3 drivers start to enter that pace battle, we're going to do a quick recap of everything going on in the first 2 sessions and this one in Spanish, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. Hemos estado viendo cómo todos los pilotos han estado saliendo a fuego en la tercera ronda. David Pérez, que tenía la ocasión de salir en segunda posición en este caso, y así es como ha sido, aunque han tenido ahí un pequeño contacto al principio de la primera vuelta, ¿no? Si no me equivoco, Adrián.
Exacto, sí, justo al principio, defendiendo posición. Ha conseguido conservar el David Pérez, pero finalmente hace cosa de unos 3 minutos, así, para hacer las 3 vueltas, ha cedido ese segundo puesto con Jonathan Álvarez, que le perseguía relativamente cerca. La ha conseguido sorprender en el final del segundo sector, inicio del tercero. No estoy muy seguro exactamente de la ubicación, pero lo que sí sabemos es que ahora está segundo de nuevo Jonathan Álvarez, persiguiendo a Jesús Sicilia, intentando acercarse de cara a ese pit stop que ambos van a tener que hacer y que va a ser la parte decisiva de la carrera, Carlos.
Pues sí, de luego que va a ser el factor diferenciador, creo yo, que puede llegar a ser. Y Víctor de la Fuente con Ocean Landing, el número 25, también tratando de alcanzar a ese grupo de delante, aunque ahora se encuentra con una distancia de unos 2 segundos aproximadamente. Y le tengo que recordar a todos nuestros espectadores que nos estén viendo en castellano que podéis visitar allgratefulhearts.org para poder participar en esas rifas que os permitirán ganar un Nissan Sentra del 2021 que se mandará a cualquier sitio del mundo, pero aparte, como suele decir Vince. También recordaros que podéis ganar premios en esas rifas de Red Rock Chocolate Factory, como Healthy Nails RX, que es nuestro patrocinador para esta semana, así que muchas gracias a ellos por poder hacer esto posible, y gracias también a iRacing, que es la plataforma que estamos utilizando para poder tener hasta 60 corredores en la pista. Hoy tenemos más de 40, así que cerca de los 50 ya creo que está bien, lo suficiente como para mantenerme el pulso bien alto. Y así como la cosa ahora mismo con estas rifas, también os tengo que decir que podéis ganar tokens para participar en el GHA Jackpot, y si acertáis los 6 números que salgan en el sorteo, podéis ganar hasta $10.000, así que los primeros 4 los elegís vosotros y los 2 últimos se eligen aleatoriamente. Mucha suerte para todo, y continuamos viendo la guerra en el frente del pack del grupo. Jonathan Álvarez tratando de alcanzar a Jesús Sicilia, el número 8, y parece que está consiguiendo cerrar un poquito la distancia, pero quizás esa pequeña batallita que ha tenido con David Pérez le está costando bastante, porque el tener que perseguir a Jesús desde la distancia no es lo mismo que perseguirlo con la disponibilidad del draft.
Exacto, y conseguir reducir eso es cuestión de ir muy poco a poco, picando piedra muy consistentemente además, y es complicado, pero creo que puede llegar a conseguirlo.
And I must remind all of our viewers that you are watching GC Racing and that you have the chance to participate in the GHA Jackpot. If you visit allgratefulhearts.org, you can take on the raffles, and you can win, of course. If you do win, call me. No, if you win, congratulations. But I hope that you get to win from 2021 Nissan Sentra that we have, that we will send anywhere in the world. Except Mars, as Vince normally says, and from a pack from Healthy Nails RX products, from Healthy Nails, which is our sponsor for this week's event. Healthy Nails RX, please check them out, and also participate in those raffles. You can win more prizes. You can check them out at the webpage allgratefulhearts.org. And you can win tokens that would let you participate in the GHA Jackpot, in which you can get to win $10,000 if you get 6 numbers right, from which you will get to pick the first 4. You can get to win those $10,000. So good luck and congratulations if you get to win them. And also Pony. The number 1, Marcos Calvo, Healthy Nails RX. On a chase, our sponsor for this event on the circuit Barcelona-Catalunya. Marcos Calvo doing a good job staying there in the chase. Is the number one of the cleanest drivers in the competition, being able to fight, but also cleanly, which we appreciate a lot in this GC racing competition, in this GHH league.
16th place for him right now, in the middle of a sandwich, kind of. For the 15th and 17th and 18th just behind him, so he cannot afford to go to sleep, so to say, and he has to stay alert to keep on the fight for those positions. And we see that the top 8 has taken off a little bit. Well, the top 3 has taken off. That's what we expected once Jesus Titilia upped his pace. And then from 4th to 7th, well, 4th and 5th they are made together, Victor de la Fuente and Adrián Baeza, and then another fight from 6 and 7 between Jose Manuel Sicilia and Aitor Cajida. So we've separated the top 8 positions in 3 to 4 different battles, and those are the ones that are going to be held, that are going to be decided, kind of, at least for the final stint, during the pit stop that the drivers will be having in the coming minutes.
And I think we already have a driver stopping the pit lane. Not sure if it's up front driver or not, but we get to see some of them having to make that sip and go.
Yep. Not top 10 drivers. Didn't look to me like that. Carlos Blanco has been through the pit lane recently, but not any driver that was in the top 10 before they started going to the pits.
And Jonathan Alvarez is being able to maintain himself close to Jesus Sicilia, and if he keeps going like this, he's going to get a chance to overtake him, and that's going to be a hell of an exciting moment if we get to see that situation. I'm kind of waiting for it, because I want to see Jesus with a challenge of fire, and I see that in Maven Motion Pictures, and Jonathan Alvarez, the number 34, being able to stay behind Jesus and close the distance a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be able to overtake him, but it's going to be very interesting. Adrián Baeza is still going as well behind Victor de la Fuente, and I don't know if they're going to fight together, but it looks like it.
I'd be worried for the amount of sleep that Jonathan Alvarez will get tonight if he's not able to defeat Jesus Sicilia and finishes just behind him for the 3rd time in 3 races. That will be worrying for me, but because those drivers, though, they are not satisfied. They're not happy with the 2nd place finish. That's good. I mean, when you're 2nd in such a big grid, but to finish 2nd 3 times in a row, just behind the driver that has won the 3 races, that must feel like the biggest frustration on earth.
Tough feelings. That might have been if it goes that way, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make a difference in this 3rd round to take over Jesus Sicilia, number 8, with Heart to Heart International still in front. And we are watching right now Yash Arnoldi with number 7, Darlene Plumley, CPA, chasing that fire car from the first responders. The number 9, driven by Ricardo Marina Rollon, in front right now. Also chasing Antonio Jesus Villalon, the number 13, with Inato. We hear beeping sounds from the pit lane, cars entering the pit lane to fuel up a little bit and do that sip and go for a second.
Juanjo Sanchez has pitted. There you go, the first driver in the top 10 to go through the pits. And so that must mean that the top 10 drivers are going to be looking at making their pit stops very, very soon.
Jesus Sicilia staying in front. Jonathan Alvarez as well but in second position. And I'm sure, as you said, Adri, he's going to have a bad night if he doesn't get to have that chance, at least to put Jesus in the situation to chase a little bit, because that's what we want to see.
Victor Gajida trying to get back at Jose Manuel Sicilia for 6th place. That's a battle that has been going on for a few laps. So far, no cookie for him.
Yeah, he's going to have to get his arm deeper in the jar to see if he gets out something out of Jose Manuel Sicilia. The number 5 with Alpauto Paints. We still see a chase ongoing between Yashar Nohi in the 11th position, chasing Ricardo Marina Rollon, who is right now 11th or 10th, or not sure.
Yeah, and there's like an overtake attempt just in front of them.
There we go.
Yep. I think that might have been Villalon passing Sergio Real for ninth. Or Limorti.
There he goes, the fight for 9th position. The number 17, Nacho Limorti, Killpop Radio.
Limorti has been passed by Sergio Real, sorry.
Exactly, trying to put himself in the chase again. Sergio Real gets to go in front. For the moment, Galindo Garden in front.
It has become a multiple car fight headed by Sergio Real in 8th place.
And I don't know if it's going to stay a 3-way fight or if we're going to see a 4th member enter the quartet. Let's see what happens here. Nacho Limorti, the number 17 with Kill Pop Radio, staying in front of that. Ignato Gar from Antonio Jesus Villalon, the number 13, being able to keep the chase ongoing from close behind. Jesus Sicilia as well, being able to push a little bit the pace and pull away a little bit as well. And Nacho Limorti for the stop.
Second driver among the top 10 contenders to go to make his pit stop service. So far the leaders stay on track with 8 minutes and a half to go. And Jonathan Alvarez still within 6 tenths, 7 tenths, not being able to make it closer to Sicilia on a consistent basis, but now they are facing traffic and that might play a role here.
Watch out, because that lap driver in front could mean a bit of trouble for this 2 drivers, and it's staying out of the way, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for Jonathan Alvarez. It is.
And look at, they are not having direct light. This is like a sunset situation, and the track might not be at the highest temperature possible, so that might have an influence too, because remember that the tires might be very worn out by now.
And I'm sure he's going to let them maintain the pace a little bit as it cools up a little bit.
Yep.
When the sun sets. And Jonathan Alvarez is being able to close the distance again in that Lagaisa turn. The number 34 with Maybe Motion Pictures being able to stay close in the 3rd sector. And I don't know when Jesus is going to make the stop, but he's going to have to. There we go.
And there you go. Interesting, both at the same time. And David Perez doesn't go through the pit lane, so he will lead this lap at least, and let's see who comes out on top.
And do you think that David Perez was managing his fuel consumption?
That might have been a very intelligent measure to take, especially because he will have a slightly shorter pit stop to make, but now his rivals will have a new slate to make through the end of the race, and if they don't have any traffic to contend with, even better. But if they face traffic, that is a ball advantage for David Perez. Let's see what happens there when they go out of pits.
And the leader for the moment is going to be David Perez, the number 19, with Arca Products staying in first position with a great pace as well. But I don't know if as good as Jesus Sicilia and Jonathan Alvarez. And I don't know how they went out of the pit lane, but it seems that Jesus Sicilia is staying in front of Jonathan Alvarez, the number 8.
And 1 second.
Yeah, it seems that it's going to go well for him, and that it did go well for him actually in that sip and go for Jesus Sicilia and Heart to Heart International, the number 8, being able to stay in front. Jonathan Alvarez still chasing from close behind, but with a little bit of distance. It seems that the stop wasn't so good for Jonathan.
And David Perez has gone to the pits to make his pit stop, so we are going to see now Sicilia and Jonathan Alvarez go through the front stretch, and let's see where do they come out relative to David Perez.
Let's see what happens with David still in front, and I'm sure that he's having to stop in this lap.
Yeah, he is in fact in the pits, as well as Victor de la Fuente and Adrian Baeza, who had also stretched his field one more lap than the others.
Let's see, we get a chance to see how close is David Perez exiting the pit lane. And it seems that he's going to have a little bit of a gap.
Oh, he's in front maybe.
And there we go.
I think he's made it.
Being able to shuffle himself in between.
In between, yeah. Second place. That was close.
Very well done on that sip and go stop for David Perez, being able to recover the second position. It wasn't so good for Jonathan Alvarez at the sip and go. But it is for the number 19 with Arca Products, David Perez, being able to put himself in the second place, exiting the pit lane. And right now, losing a little bit of distance with Jesus Sicilia. I'm sure that's going to bring the emergency lights for Jonathan.
For a minute, it looked like he may have even got ahead of Jesus Sicilia. He didn't, but that was closer maybe than Jesus Sicilia was expecting.
And I was also expecting him a little bit of trouble for Jesus. Right now, we are getting to see David Perez on top of him.
Oh, this is gonna get exciting.
Jonathan Alvarez also very close together. And ladies and gentlemen, as we are 3 minutes and a half to get to the end of the session, we are watching the top 3 drivers today having a 3-way intense battle. And I don't know who's going to get it, but there we see Jesus Sicilia staying out of the line.
David has to try. This is the best opportunity he will have.
Staying out of the outer line was Jesus Sicilia. And I don't know, he went outside again. But it seemed like that was the move. David
Sicilia protected the line. In fact, he went to the inside to protect that possible route from David Perez. And now let's see if he manages to hold on. That's 2 minutes and a half he needs.
Aitor Cajeda, the number 52 with Spec Ops, chasing Victor Lobato. In front, the number 25 with Ocean Lending. Aitor Cajeda having to deal with the pressure of Sergio Real with Galindo Garden, the number 32, and Jose Manuel Sicilia, the number 5. And Juan Jose Sanchez, as you can see there in the top 10, they are both Sanchez J. Almost exactly the same name.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have this lap, and the next one will be the last one. So yeah, this is gonna be it.
And this is going to be it for David Perez. I don't know if he's going to get a chance to make the overtake on Jesus, but he's going to need the draft, and Jesus is going to try to go to the midline of the track. A car is going to appear in front of them. I don't know if he's going to interfere or not, but it's not going to appear in a good place. Close call there with Jesus Sicilia, that driver trying to stay out of the way.
Yeah, he didn't make a good job there.
It wasn't the best. Close call there for this three drivers, and we are watching David Perez with Arca Products trying to overtake Jesus Sicilia in the last lap, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do so, but he sure is trying.
Not sure that the three are going to reach the finish line, at least not in this order. Let's see what happens, but some of them are surely gonna try.
It brings me that nervous laughter. It really does, because I don't know what's going to happen exactly in this breaking point. David Perez trying to shorten the distance. Very close together, and I don't know if he's going to get the chance to make the overtake, but right now he is as close as it gets.
That chicane could be the decider.
14th and 15th turn.
He took the wrong way in the chicane.
Going for the last, and I think that's that. In this round of racing, Jesus Sicilia is going to prevail in front. Again, Jonathan Alvarez, David Perez. What a fight between those three. A three-way gentleman fight it was. Very nice to watch. Congratulations. And there we go with Jesus Sicilia from the number 8 with R2 Heart International as the rest of the drivers go through the finish line.
Adrián Baeza in 4th, Victor de la Fuente in 5th, Aitor Cajid in 6th place, and then Jose Manuel Sicilia 7th, Sergio Real 8th, Juanjo Sanchez 9th, and completing the top 10 is Jose Antonio Espadas. Very good performance for him in this 3-race event that has ended with a complete blockbuster. What a finish, what a battle we had, 3-way till the last turn of the race.
Very well done. Very well done by the whole group. We had an extreme situation at the end of the round with that lap driver that I don't know if he was aware of the 3 drivers that he had oncoming.
Yeah, he had the worst possible spot to be on the inside on turn number 1. Final lap, the 3 lead drivers coming on his back. That was. At least he avoided an incident. That's something, but Sicilia probably was not happy being in the middle of the racing line.
And there we go with Miguel Torres, Beginning USA, the number 51, being able also to finish with his position protected. Very well done, Miguel. I remind all of our viewers that Miguel is one of the few drivers that only drive with his hands. So congratulations for Miguel Torres. And as we get to the end of the session, there we have the first 4 numbers, 8, 19, 34, and 16, which are going to compose the first 4 numbers of the GHA jackpot. I'm going to try to call the top 4 drivers. Let's see if I get a top 5, if they get generous today with me. And if you are so kind to do the honors of a quick recap in Spanish as well, if you don't mind. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, Adri, because we're going to take a quick little break for commercials, and we will be right back to show you guys the GHA jackpot. So we will be right back.